Hey YouTube, Josh Dragon here. There's something special about the Berenstain Bears franchise, as it's been going on since my mother was a little girl. Oh, probably even before that. And, it's gone on all this time with more books and two TV series. And it's getting more and more popular for every generation. But, how did their adventure start? Well, oh, show us right from the beginning. I have the Berenstain Bears Moving Day, written and illustrated by Stan and Jan Berenstain. And let's take a look. Shall we? We shall. Their stuff is all packed. Here comes the truck. Let's move with the bears and wish them good luck. The bear family, he didn't always live in the big tree house down on a sunny dirt road deep in bear country. Years ago, when Brother Bear was an only cub, they lived in a hillside cave halfway up Great Bear Mountain and at the far edge of bear country. It was a comfortable cave, cool in summer, cozy in winter, and while it wasn't perfect, it tended to be dark and it dripped and trickled a bit. It was home, and the bear family, it was quite happy there. Happy and busy. Mama Bear kept mashing things and tending in the vegetable patch. Papa Bear had plenty to do with his wood cutting and furniture making. And Brother Bear kept busy climbing, collecting rocks, and playing with his friends. These are some of Brother's old friends. There's an owl, a mountain goat, and a bluebird. Seems like a nice place. But living on the mountainside wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy growing vegetables in thin, rocky soil, and the trees Papa needed were growing fewer and farther between. But the sun was bright, the air was clean and sparkling, and the view was magnificent. I've never been to mountains before, but it does look very beautiful. Yes, the bear family, it was happy and content living in their hillside cave halfway up Great Bear Mountain at the far edge of Bear Country until Papa Bear said, "My dears, the time has come to move." "Move!" cried Brother Bear. "That's right," said Papa. "The trees are getting few and far between in the mountainside." "Yes," said Mama. "And it's not easy raising enough vegetables for a growing family in the thin rocky soil." "Where are we going to move to?" Brother asked. "To the valley," Papa said, and putting lamps and things into a box. "The valley," said Brother. "The valley down there was nice to look at, but he wasn't so sure he wanted to live there. It was so far away." "What about my toys?" asked Brother. "Well, take them along, of course. Put them in here," said Papa, handing him a box. "And what about my books?" "We'll take them along, too," said Papa, handing him another box. "And what about my friends?" asked Brother. "We can't put them in a box and take them along." "No, that wouldn't work." "That's true," said Mama, lifting Brother onto her lap. "You'll be leaving your friends behind. Papa and I will too. That's what happens when you move. But you can keep keep in touch with them. You can write, right? Even visit, perhaps. And besides, you can make lots of new friends. When are we going to move? Oh, brother, I wanted to know. Tomorrow, bright and early, he, Mama told him. The moving bears will be here first thing in the morning. That night, as they're bedded down in his corner of the cave, he wondered what it would be like to leave his old neighborhood and his old friends. He wondered what it'd be like to live in a new neighborhood, making new friends. And he began to wonder if he'd ever fall asleep. I know that feeling. And yeah, that's when it began to seem that he never would. He did. The next morning, the moving bears came with their big truck and began moving the bear family these things out of the cave. Everything goes, said Papa, and everything did. The moving bears were fast, but very careful. Oh, can you believe they had that much stuff when they only had one cub at the time? Before long, the cave was empty. Brother's not the only one who's sad to be leaving, but it's necessary. Then, after a fond farewell, a look at her old home, the bear family said goodbye to their friends and neighbors, got into their car, and headed down the mountain. The big moving truck followed. I'm sure her brother went to visit them whenever he could. And friends are supposed to stay friends, and who couldn't stay friends with the bear family? Down the mountainside they went, and after a few tight spots and a few wrong turns, they were in the rich green forest of the valley. Look at all that forest, said Papa. Um, now I shall have plenty of wood to cut. They passed barns with fine fields. Um, and look at that rich brown soil. Oh, what a vegetable garden I'll have, said Mama. Brother was on the lookout for friends and playmates, but all he saw were a frog and some butterflies, and they didn't look very friendly. Get ready, he said Papa as they turned onto a dirt road. And just around the bend is our new home. But it's a tree, he said, Brother. It's a tree house, said Papa. A fine tree house with a downstairs and an upstairs and an attic, and even a room of your own. It was indeed a fine house. The whole house was hollowed out of a great oak. It did need work. Her paint was old, some broken steps, and some of the bark was loose. But Mama and Papa had great plans for fixing it up. As the movers took the bears' things to their new home, the bears imagined what it would be like when it was all fixed. It was going to be very beautiful. They were so busy imagining things they didn't notice they had company. Their new neighbors had come with some welcome. There were rabbits with carrot stew, a bird and squirrel family with nuts and seeds, and a number of bear family with honeycomb, wild berries, and lots of cubs to make friends with. Well, that problem is solved. The bear family he felt very welcome in their new neighborhood. That night they went to sleep, tired but very happy. And when they got her tree house all fixed up, it was just about perfect. It was even more perfect when Sister Bear and Honey Bear were born, but those are stories for another time. I'm, I'm, I hope you enjoyed this. As wherever you live, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.